Welcome to Oregon Bass Fishing. My name's Aaron Roberts and I'm out here fishing this morning. I've been on this little reservoir since daybreak and I've been fishing pretty hard, kind of moving around different areas, trying different things. I just caught my first keeper. I've got it in the release right net, which I'll show you here in a minute. But I've been basically just throwing this chatterbait into wood cover and into shallow cover because I'm thinking that with the full moon they're probably up moving towards spawning areas and hanging out, either setting up or clearing beds or doing something. So I'll grab this fish out and show it to you and we'll get a weight on it. There you have it. Tail is a little bit red, so she's probably been up spawning a little bit, clearing the bed. It's kind of messed up here. In good shape. Let's see what she weighs here. All right, 3.5, 348. So one of the cool things, you know, I've been out here fishing this morning. I didn't turn the camera on until I caught a fish. And what I did is I used this release right net. I'll show you that to you real quick. So this is a net that's got a floating ring here. And basically, you know, it folds up into a little circle. You throw it out in the water, throw a couple weights in there, and then when you catch your fish, if you want to get ready for pictures or whatever else, you just toss it right in the bag, and it stays right in there. There's a black curtain that goes around the outside that keeps those fish down in the bottom of the net. They don't like to be up in that curtain. So it's been sitting here for a good 10-15 minutes while I was getting everything set up here. And that's how it works. It's that simple. Release right net. This is made by Wind Paddle, and you can pick it up at www.windpaddle.com. Let's get back to fishing.
So I'm still working pretty shallow at this point. I'm casting up where I think they're going to be setting up beds, hitting shallow targets. I worked my way through this little bay and then came out to a point and was cast across the point when I found this one.
Alright, got another one off this little point here. That thing. Sorry about the wind. I know it's loud. I can't really get away from it out here, but get a weight on this thing. All right, 3.35. So earlier I was fishing down on the other end. I caught that other first fish right over here, so I think I'm gonna hang out in this little cove for a while, see what we can find. And again, I want to show you this again. I got my release lines right there. Drop the fish in there. Don't have to worry about it. It's a great way to keep your fish. Keep it in the water. I'll let it get nice and rested from the fight, and then you can take it out, take pictures, do whatever you want.
So after catching 2 fish in this bay, I worked it pretty hard for a while. Still working pretty shallow, you know, cast into targets that are very shallow, hitting small, you know, flats that I know they could spawn in. Didn't come up with anything, so I decided to go drift the main part of the lake.
Right now it might look like I'm just kind of blindly casting out here, but I'm not. You know, I've been out to this pond in the summertime, so I know where the weed lines are based off of how they look in the summer. You know, I don't have a depth finder, but I know where those kind of breaks are. So I'm just kind of covering those spots, seeing if we've got anything sitting out here. You know, it's not a lot deeper, but it's a foot or two deeper, so it's still possible we got some sitting out here waiting to move in. I thought I'd just kind of drift here and do some casting and see if we can find something.
So I'm drifting here with the wind, and I'm just casting out into the main body of the lake. I know there's a weed edge that kind of runs where I'm standing, and I'm kind of casting out and coming to it. I've had some success out here, you know, when it's cold or really hot. They like to sit out in the weed edge and just kind of hang out there. I think it's a little bit deeper, and there's not a lot of structure for them to hang out on. So they just kind of suspend out here or just sit out here on this weed edge and kind of wait for things to come by. It started raining and the wind was pretty bad, so I put my cover on my GoPro, so you can't really hear me well here, but there's number 3, and it went for 1.3 pounds. So I'm going to continue to drift this. I drift for the next probably hour and a half trying to find a couple more out here with little success. So I headed back up to the same area that I was working before, that same bay where I caught the other 2 fish. When I came back into this bay, I decided to back off a little bit. I was fishing really shallow the first couple times through here, and I was making short casts to the bank and ended up catching the one real close to the bank, but the second one was off of a point. So I decided to pull back a little bit, make longer casts, and ended up hooking up into another one. My card was full on my GoPro, so I had to just take a picture of it. So here it is. Caught this one probably 10 feet off of the bank, 4.34 pounds. So I ended up with 4 fish for the day for 12.5 pounds. I continued to work this bank really hard, you know, from a distance. Ended up hooking up with another one, but didn't get a good hook set into it and lost it. So I ended up with 4 fish for the day, which was pretty good, you know. Today was the full moon, so you know, I had these females moving up into this spawning area, and I learned something. You know, I learned that they're gonna be spawning in this bay right here for the most part. You know, at least that's what I could find. So I'll know, you know, in a week or two to come back here and to hit this area pretty hard and pick it apart pretty heavy. So thanks for watching today. I had a good time. It was kind of nasty out, but caught some good fish, and I hope you're all catching the same. We'll see you next time.
I got buzz baits and Zara spooks, pumpkin seeds, zoom flukes, booyah crawfish jigs. I got a 7-foot flipping stick, all the soft plastics to hook one on a Texas rig. My wife stays on me and my banker just told me that he's working on a tax deduction for all the money I'm dropping on my weapons of mass destruction. Hank Parker's got a wiretap on my phone. Bill Dance won't leave leave me the hell alone. Outdoor Channel wants to do a show.
I want to do a short video on the River Sea Whopper Plopper. This is what it looks like. So the first one is a rattle trap.
This 4-pounder,